Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Suited here. So I wanted to go over my day one progression, everything that I was able to progress through within the game on day one of the final beta test. Now, before I do that, I want to say to anybody watching this that you are amazing. Yep, regardless of who is saying this, however you feel, you can do whatever you put your mind to. And whatever you might think that is very difficult and might be a really hard time, that shall pass, essentially, right? And if you are going through it, it's because you can get through it, essentially. So I believe 100% that there is no challenge given to us that we cannot overcome. All right, so now let's get right into the game. And in this case, I made it to level 17 before I ran out of stamina, essentially yesterday. Now, one of the things that I am really liking about the game is that definitely you can play around with the units. So far, I mean, I started without playing any of the other betas and honestly not knowing much about the game and just following kind of like what I already knew from other games and what is usually the same thing, right? It maybe a little formatted differently here and there. But I actually played all the way to level 13 and clear, I believe it was like chapter 5 and a couple of the challenger modes. Like I cleared these two. I didn't touch this one until I made it to level 16, right? Clear this too. And I did it with just the team that they give you right at the start, which is Liam, right? Gray, which is the main unit that I've been building first. This is one of my favorite characters so far. And then Dorothy, excellent healer. And then I was using alternating between two of the R units, which is Katchi and Seville, mainly Katchi, because I was using his S2 in order to push either Liam or Grace as either Liam's S3, right, or his S2 so that I could use his S3 again, right? So as you notice, this is what I've leveled up first is S3 because I wanted to get that 100%. I guarantee that he's gonna land the death down. This unit is fantastic. He's also bulky as heck. Like he gets hit multiple times. Like my Leon most of the time dies first. Like if like somehow I don't know. He makes it almost always towards the end of the entire game. So and then I did my summons once I hit that wall because the R units were too squishy. I mean, if you look at their stats, right? So compared to anything else, honestly, you'll notice that like they were getting one shot. See, like very low stats, even with modules or like they were still too weak. I think like the highest HP that they had was like 6K. So on the gear challenges, right? So on the where on the threshold, like Tiamat's Termation like was literally killing them with two shots, and then Doki Doki they couldn't make it to like the second wave whatsoever. I'm already clear to hard two, hard three is the next step, but again, some of the units they keep dying. I like right at almost at the end of the battle. So, but I just gotta tweak things around. Everything else I've been able to clear so far. What I did is I did use all of the refills for the stamina, uh, which is 960. This is the same thing that I saw with Artery Gear, right? And in these games, that is my way of playing at the beginning because you want to push and unlock as much content as you can, right? The resources are better, like the return of stamina spent is way better when you are at a high, when you're higher difficulties. And in this case, I farmed this one so that I could level up their skills. And even if you don't have the materials, it's worth leveling up their skills because you get additional stats. Like with Gray, for example, like I got so if you look at here, which is through the prowess, right? So with this one, I was extra HP. Like you want him bulkier and speed, which again, you want him to go either second or first, ideally after your buffer, right? And then before your main damage dealer, which in this case, probably Liam is most people, so that he can apply the div break and increase everybody's crit. So that's why I've been building him first, and I have a speed set on him right now. so that he can go either again first or second in every instance. And then again, the prowess, I upgraded everything. Oh, I can upgrade this again, so I'm gonna do that, of course. So see, because you get more basic stats, so you want to increase those. Like look at this. And this one reduces the skill cooldown. He already goes plenty of times, as he has technically can go twice in one turn, every 3 turns, I think, right? So this is great. So, and I'm doing that with everybody. See, I'm upgrading their stuff, and then I summoned about 220 times. I had about 105 that I got just by playing the game until level 13, right? I hadn't used any of the summons till then, and then I did make a couple purchases. If you are gonna spend, honestly, if you're gonna spend as a whale, I would recommend just doing it now because the rebate is worth it. I mean, unless you're only gonna spend like $5, then no, reroll at that point. But if you already have a budget, like I have a budget. I said I'm gonna spend $200 total so that I could head the $400 back. That gives me about $40 per month. Yep, that's what I'm sticking to. Because no matter how much you spend in this game, you're never gonna be able to compete with the whales. This is pretty much Epic 7. So what is gonna beat it is gonna be consistency and how long. So time in this game is gonna be, I think, the same thing as Epic 7. The longer you play, the more units you're gonna build, because this is all around gear, so it's gonna take time, right? And you're gonna get better. Because I've been able to play, and some of the PvP, wherever, some of the arena challenges that I've done, definitely is about what units you put together and, right, the order that you use the skills, more than just having, maxed out units. And the gear is gonna take time. Like, I don't think I have had a single piece of gear that has rolled that is like good. And mind you that, right, none of the gear that I have right now I'm probably gonna keep towards end game. But again, either way, if it's this nightmare right now, definitely gonna be just as grindy later. Anyway, so I've been just focusing on the skills. And then I did build a couple of pets just because they also provide you with pretty good stats, the shells, essentially, right? So like if you're trying to push and get more speed, right, by upgrading them and ranking them up, they do provide you with those things. And then they have these passive effects that also can help you, like with Tiamat, who is the unit that I ended up getting from the targeting banner. I did all my summons, which is probably gonna be the same thing that I'm gonna do when the game comes out officially, is that I did all of my summons on the permanent banner. And then once I only had 40 left, then that's when I chose Tiamat. I actually got, so here is from the probability, the summon record. See, she was the last unit that I got because I didn't get her from the first 180, and she literally was at the 40 pity. I think I did get pretty lucky, honestly. I got how many SSRs? Let's see. So I have total of 7, but I actually got, so no, sorry, I got 6, right, in 220, which I think is pretty good. No lit, light and dark. And it's because I got I got Freya from the permanent banner, and I got a duplicate of her. Like, I mean, you don't want dupes, but hey, better than nothing, right? So essentially, within 220 summons, I ended up getting 2, 3, right, 4, 5, 6 SSRs, and a pretty good amount of SR characters, which I'm gonna be testing around. The reason why I chose Tiamat is because when I checked on Arena, and that's why I waited, because I was like, damn, who do I choose? I saw that everybody had her, and she does look dope. And then I saw her entire kit, and I was like, yeah, this is the one. And then, it makes sense. Everybody was using it because she's an absolute beast. And then I did a little bit of research, and everybody did recommend to build her first. And I understand, because she's the only, I mean, none of the other units that I have, like, that's tanks, and she can't because she has taunt. And she's HP, right, which is a much easier build than everybody else. So I put essentially a speed so that she can get that shield and, and do her damage that scales based on her HP. And then this is what I put: HP bonus, HP bonus, HP bonus on the left, on the right. And then I was trying to get other things, but literally look how the rolls are just bad essentially. So that's why everything is like a level 6. The only unit that I ended up actually leveling up the gear for, and again, probably again, I don't care if it's a waste or not right now. This is getting wiped out anymore, anyways. But I did it so that I could get Liam to 100% crit rate, which kind of doesn't make sense because the crit damage is so low. It's only 150%. But again, still, it's 100% crit, so it's an extra 50% damage every time. So far, so good. Now, I am alternating depending on the content. And again, this is why I also realize that I rather just get a variety of SSR characters and having more summons, which again, the rebate, if you are going to spend, does give you. Because the more summons I do, the bigger my roster is going to be of characters. And this game, just like every other game, you're gonna need multiple teams, right? So having one, I guess you can call it a one god reroll that you get the LD that you want and maybe one or two, and then you're gonna go and spend 100 and miss out on the $100 rebate that you could have gotten doesn't really make sense to me, right? It just doesn't. Knowing that I will eventually get the unit anyways, with patience, I just want to have a good start with like many characters that I can build so that I can progress and not rip my hairs off, trying to play the game. Like I literally like once I got 13, trying to play with the same set of characters, multiple content with those five, it was really, really hard. Like I made it like pretty far, but again, at the end, once I got units like for the threshold, I have an entire pretty much I'm running two greens, two blue, and then Dorothy, right, which is the light unit, and that made a difference because Liam cannot survive here. Like she just keeps getting murdered. And I saw some other people that they made it work after I finally was like, it's a me, but again, she's still because again the advantages here are very real. So now once I can farm resources and I get enough to level people, and like the good thing is you don't pay for moving gear here. Having a diverse team, it's more effective. Like having probably an entire green team at some point, probably gonna be better than having multiple, like a mixed team with even with higher skill ups. Because again, just that advantage of the type of character that they are is gonna give them that edge. So let's see what else. But yeah, so far, really, really enjoying the game. I'm gonna collect some of these achievements as HP. There we go. So and I see if I can get today to. I see how close to level 2021 I can get. All right, perfect. Well, I mean, I should be streaming at some point today to play Alertmart. So if you want to join, you're more than welcome. And again, you're all awesome. I appreciate your time. Stay safe, and I'll see you in the next one.